Globalization is not just an economic phenomenon, it's mainly a political phenomenon where corporations now control states. They dictate terms to states. They decide what will be the rules of governance, whether forests will be owned by local tribals or they'll be owned by the corporations, whether the minerals will be a public good or it'll be a privatized good, whether water will be a common public good or it'll be owned by Suez and Veolia. So these are new mergers between the state, which was supposed to have been a public state, and the corporation. Out of this merger emerges the corporate state. And the only logic of a corporate state is to usurp the resources of the planet, and greed is its only driving force. People, of course, will not give up their resources like that. They'll make a living on the land. So tribals fight back, peasants fight back, and then the corporate state uses military power to crush the democratic aspirations of the people. So by necessity, because a corporate state is privatizing the planet and privatizing government, it is undermining democracy. People do not want to give up democracy. Therefore, for a short time, the corporate state becomes a militarized corporate state. Mussolini, Roosevelt had said, when government starts to get privatized, that is fascism. So a corporate state must move towards fascism. Thank goodness there are democracy movements in the world that will not let it happen.
This government did not just increase prices, they also lied through their teeth. The Prime Minister gets up and says, because the previous governments were importing, I'm helpless. That is absolute nonsense. This is absolutely a big lie. Because the Prime Minister, under his very nose and in his tenure, our imports of crude oil have gone up from 83% in our tenure to 88% in their tenure. And it is not because we are consuming more. Actually, due to the economic slowdown, we are consuming a lot less. Our consumption growth rate has dipped from 6.7% to 2.2%. It is because he has ensured that ONGC explores less. ONGC had funds worth 12,000 crore rupees earlier. ONGC is now left with exploration funds of only 6,000 crore rupees. Why have those funds been halved? ONGC, which was sitting on cash reserves of 11,000 crore rupees, today has cash reserves of less than 1,000 crore rupees because they made ONGC forcibly buy HPCL, and because of that, ONGC has been left with very, very little cash reserves. So why are you so anti-people? Why are you not rolling back prices? And this government has the audacity to lie about subsidy on LPG cylinder. The reality is that this government has made market and control prices same. It is the difference between market prices and control prices which is the subsidy. So if you were paying 794 rupees as market price for LPG and the controlled price was 500, you would have got 294 rupees as subsidy. But this government, because it has raised prices so often and so frequently, from December to now, prices have gone up by 200 rupees. LPG cylinder in Delhi now costs 794 rupees. And because they have been raising prices so frequently, the market and the control prices are the same and there is no subsidy. So Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, firstly stop lying to the country about paying subsidy on LPG cylinder. And it is very evident. In your budget this year, Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman has put fuel subsidy at 12,000 crore rupees, which is 1/3 of what it was last year. So the path we are going to take, the direction the fuel policy is headed in is very, very simple. There will be no subsidies. There will be no relief for the common man. You are being burdened by an economic slowdown. You may have seen job losses. You may have seen wage erosions. But too bad, this government doesn't care. This government now wants you to be burdened under very steep fuel price bills, whether it is petrol, whether it is LPG, whether it is diesel. Mr. Modi chooses to name stadiums after him, stadias after him, but he forgets that the only century he has scored in his life is perhaps the century he has scored in the prices of petrol, shooting above 100 rupees per litre.
Andruki namaskaram. Nenu V. Shruti Devi, Araku Lok Sabha candidate Congress Party nunchi 2019 lo. Nenu oka Congress Party central leader chala rojul nunchi from the 1900s. ఏదో ఒక స్టేట్ పోస్ట్ కూడా ఉన్నది ఇప్పుడు వైజాగ్ స్టీల్ ప్లాంట్ ప్రైవేటైజ్ అవడానికి సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ ప్లాన్ చేస్తున్నది. అయితే ఇప్పుడు రాష్ట్రీయ ఇస్పాత్ Nigam Limited, RINL కిందన VSP అని విశాఖ స్టీల్ ప్లాంట్ ఉన్నది. ఇప్పుడు దీనికి ఫుల్ గా ప్రైవేటైజ్ చేయడానికి సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ ప్లాన్ చేస్తున్నదంటే అది మనం కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ తరఫు నుంచి పూర్తిగా వ్యతిరేకించుకుంటున్నాం. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ప్రైవేటైజేషన్, డీఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ఇవి రెండు వేరే మాటలు. Investment is one thing and privatization is another thing. The central government is planning to privatize the Vizag steel plant, which is under the RINL. So as the Congress party, our policy is, mana policy emti ante, steel మొత్తం మీద national level లో 100% గా privatize అవకూడదు. First of all. సెకండ్లీ, ఇప్పుడు ఎక్కడెక్కడ ప్రైవేటైజేషన్లు అవుతున్నవి ఏదో కన్సర్న్ది, అది కేస్ టు కేస్ బేసిస్ మీద మనం ఇన్వెస్టిగేట్, అనలైజ్, మళ్ళా రివ్యూ చేయాలి, గవర్నమెంట్ రివ్యూ చేయాలి. మనం ఇన్వెస్టిగేట్, అనలైజ్ చేసుకొని మన స్పందనలు ఇస్తున్నాం, రెస్పాన్సెస్. ఇవి అన్ని చూస్తే పెండింగ్ ల్యాండ్ ఇష్యూస్, మళ్ళా ఇమీడియట్ ద వెయిటేజ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఇంటాంజిబుల్స్ దట్ విల్ బి లాస్ట్ in and around Vizag steel plant if it gets privatized definitely puts the Vizag steel plant on a complete no-no list as far as privatization goes. Then of course there are pending land issues as far as this steel plant goes, historical injustices as well. And once again, I would like to reiterate that as the Congress party, we have at the outset stated our policy as a known policy, and we oppose this particular privatization of the VSP that has been announced by the central government. Now, other political parties may be saying all sorts of things. You better find out from them what exactly they are trying to say, because my party, the Congress party, is very clear on this matter. We always have been, and this is what we are saying. I believe some of my state level, my junior colleagues like the PCC president and so on are in town today, Anya Andhra Bhavan. I received the email, thank you. And I think NSUI from Andhra is also coordinating this. So please report whatever it is that they are saying, because this is a national issue. All right? Thank you.